So when we're thinking about reminders, you have to take the right cue at the right time. So when we're thinking about a point of performance, we have to think about it in time. Then we think about time in two ways: clock time and sequential time. So clock time is, well, it's clock time. You can find it on the clock. Sequential time is, well, first I'm going to walk into my house, and then I'm going to send an email. So that's sequential time. So it's that ordering of things. Okay? So there's time, and there's place, or placements. So really thinking about multi-sensory cues and where our placements is. What's going to get our attention? Okay? You know, a lot of people with ADHD have a lot of what we call cognitive distortions. We tell ourselves things that, based on reality, that ain't the case. Okay? And, you know, a lot of people have favorite things. I have a favorite question, and my favorite question is why? Anyone else have that as a favorite question? Why? This is the why to timers and reminders. Okay? So these are the top lies people with ADHD tell themselves and really believe. I don't need to write that down. And I did that this weekend in my hotel room. I'll remember that. And I thought, I won't remember that. I'll remember that. So I went to the 14th floor and put in the key. That didn't work. 15th floor? No. I had to call. I was on the 17th floor. I'm just going to check my email. You were being just. Okay. I'll be done in 5 minutes. I'll do it later. And the number one lie the ADHD tell themselves and really believe, I'll remember. And I think it's important to understand why this happens. When we're in the moment and experiencing it, we're feeling that memory. But we're not. The problem with ADHD is we don't think into the future, and we have a hard time doing that. I recently heard a definition of motivation, which I thought was interesting, and that was a future imagined emotion. Okay? You have a hard time getting out of bed? All right, now we know lamp timers are for lamps. Okay? But they could also be used for playing Wii. So, you ever say, I'm going to play Wii for half an hour, and next thing you know, it's 3 a.m. So, since my breaks don't work very well, especially when my meds have worn off and it's late in the evening, I stop before I start. So I set the timer for however long I'm going to play. Here's what it usually will look like. And actually, I don't keep my Wii at home anymore. I brought it to my clinic. It's just better off that way. The best thing to happen to ADHD since Ritalin is Siri with location-based reminders on the smartphone. Okay? It's amazing to me. All right. So one of the things that I can do, I can say to it, remind me when I get home. And so I had to put my home address in my address book. And when I pull into my garage, I get a reminder. Or remind me when I leave, same idea. Remind me when I get to work. Or if you can program different locations that you go to, like remind me when I get to Home Depot. So if it's something that I know I want to get next time I'm there. Okay, so you're setting yourself reminders into the future.